On the military, the government didn't do anything for me. When I got out, I was on my own. That was it. I didn't look for help from the VA at all because I was a non-combat vet. I didn't go a full 20 years, so I didn't retire. I volunteered for the military. I wasn't drafted, so I didn't expect anything from the government once I got out. I served, and I didn't expect. There were no expectations of getting anything, so I never bothered to pursue it.
As of December 2012, there were more than 1 million military men deployed, making the Department of Defense the largest employer in the United States. Returning to civilian life, it is common for veterans to suffer from illnesses such as post-traumatic stress disorder and even chemical exposure, depending on their service.
The difference between civilian life and military life is that military life provides much more structure. It gives guidance, so you're not going out there making it on your own or trying to figure out how to do things. Everything is planned. You know exactly what you're going to do, you know exactly what you need to do. And when you're giving orders, you just follow them. That's the main thing, is just structure. You don't have that in civilian life.
My experiences in war really took a toll on my family, my friends, all my relationships. I was blown up in approximately 5 IED blasts. I was hospitalized several times, had a lot of traumatic brain injury and then also PTSD. So when I came home, I felt very difficult for me to connect with other people, and I felt pretty isolated. It kind of put me into my own head instead of being in a relationship with the people I cared about the most.
I didn't feel like I could trust anybody, just people in general. It made me really not feel very safe in situations that there was no reason for me to feel that way, because you get so accustomed to always having at least 1 or 2 battle buddies that you can rely on at any given point in time for anything. And then you don't have that, and that's not an easy transition to come to terms with.
The biggest thing they could have done to help would probably have been just giving us a chance to go and learn and reassimilate prior to getting out, having the time to just kind of look around and see the different options out there for the military. You know, so once we were actually out and exposed to civilian life, we already had an idea of what we were going to get into and what we could actually do.
Right now in the United States, there are estimated to be more than 300,000 homeless veterans. Chronically homeless is the definition of veterans sleeping in a place that is not meant for habitation. And while couch surfing and rooming with a friend are not defined as chronically homeless, they are still a part of the understood definition.
When I look at veterans, I see a lot of unemployment and I see a lot of homelessness. I know plenty of friends who, most of my friends that are out actually aren't working. They're either looking for work or there's just not the skill set that they need to apply to the jobs that they would want. And when you look at being in the military, you're part of something bigger than yourself and you have purpose and meaning in your life. When you get out, it's just really hard to go flip burgers or do some menial task when you really want to be involved in something more important.
How long have you been homeless?
About 5 years.
What has the government done to help you come to transition back into life?
I'm not saying that there aren't programs out there to help me. I'm just saying that they haven't did anything to help me.
When they get out of the service, they have no money. It's not like they keep continuing getting that pay that they were getting while they served. And it could take anywhere from 3 to 6 months for them to get their money. So where do? They go stay on mom and dad's couch, or they go stay at a friend's house. All those people are homeless. If you are not paying your own rent, you're considered homeless.
As you can imagine, these low-income veterans struggle daily to keep the lights on, put food on the table, and to keep a roof over their heads. Add to that the cost of paying for a personal care attendant, and it becomes increasingly difficult for them to stay in their homes. Now, the Department of Housing and Urban Development operates a number of programs to assist these veterans, but current regulations require that the aid and attendance benefit be counted as income when determining eligibility for housing assistance.
The Helping Homeless Veterans Act of 2013 is an amendment to the McKinley-Vento Homeless Assistance Act. It is a bill that will extend the definition of homelessness improve grants for service programs, provide dental care and legal services to homeless veterans, increase the authority for program referral and counseling services, and reduce pensions for certain veterans in the hospital or home care programs.
So, knowing about the new Homeless Veteran Act, if you are not receiving a pension from the VA and you get non-service connected disability, it only pays $985 a month. $985 a month does not pay anybody's rent in Orange County. So having a program where they'll pay them a per diem, that's why the HUD-VASH program, Section 8 housing, these programs work so well.
So we're not only looking to provide services to homeless veterans and chronically homeless veterans, but also to prevent homelessness. There have been several developments here in Orange County to speed up the process for moving veterans from homelessness into being housed. We currently have a total of 580 vouchers for use here in Orange County, which has been significant. So that's probably the largest permanent housing program that we have in Orange County for homeless veterans. And we've had an increase in voucher allocation and then funding of staff to help support that program.
As the war in Afghanistan has recently come to an end, it can be expected that the number of homeless veterans will grow in the near future. The passing of the Homeless Veterans Act and other acts like it will help to save many veterans from a life of chronic homelessness.
So when we talk about fulfilling our promises to our veterans, we don't just mean for a few years. We mean now, tomorrow, and forever. Not just for generations past, but for this generation of veterans and all who will follow. That's why, as Commander-in-Chief, I'm going to keep making sure we're providing unprecedented support to our veterans.